Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Marvel Rivals high-level ranked cast. We have some top America's players here today. We got Energy, Coluge. We of course have Woofles, who appears to just be omnipresent in the majority of the games that we do cover. We have shpeediry. We've got a lot of solid players. Kaya, of course. NoCrosshair, Mr. Fantastic. I did not see that when we loaded up. We gotta look now. We need to know. Of course, and of course kappapeppapig, which I have cast before, and had a very good time doing so. We're starting off with, unsurprisingly, the Wolverine ban. Nothing too unexpected here. I'm going to take the opportunity now, hopefully get there in time, to translate that Phoenix's name. Let's see if I can get there in time. Neronelong, apparently. We'll call them Nero. That'll do. And our second bands are going to be Human Torch and Black Panther. A little bit of aerial, a little bit of ground, lots of dive potential. Starting off with the red team on attack, blue team on defense. And already we're seeing the classic ranked issue of everyone wants to play DPS. 4 duelist setup currently for the blue team. Red team going with a standard 2-2-2. With the Mr. Fantastic even to balance out a little bit more. Okay, it looks like we're starting to see blue team adjust. Going to be setting up with a 1-3-2 here with Woofles adjusting in here. Let's introduce our players. On the left-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, in the blue... Okay, in the blue trunks, on the defense, it's going to be Energy on the Punisher. I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. We have Coluge playing the Emma Frost. Woofles is on to that Loki. From Envy, we have shpeediry playing the Psylocke. We have Nero. They'll be on the Phoenix. And labubu is on the Lunar Snot. And on the right-hand side, in the red trunks on attack, it is going to be Kaya on the Magneto, Prism on the Phoenix. Yep, no Crosshair, Mr. Fantastic without a Crosshair is going to be rolling out the Mr. Fantastic. MarioStorm playing the Emma Frost. Watson is on the Loki, and kappapeppapig will be bringing it out the Lunar Snow. No Crosshair, Mr. F is already playing quite aggressively here. Going to be taking down some Loki clones. Getting a lot of damage on the high ground. Who needs a Crosshair, eh? Inflated form, going to be dropping down from a bomb. Trying to get onto Psylocke, but taking a little bit of damage. Forced to rotate round and taken out. shpeediry takes the 1v1 with their own very small, very demure Crosshair. Single teal orb. Meantime, Nero is just pigging away from the back. Very grouped up enemies means lots of sparks, lots of explosions, and you can get a lot of extra just healing over time from those cosmic flames. Silent Seduction from Coluge as they make their way back in. Also the end song comes on out. Doesn't find a lot here. As Watson goes with the God of Mischief in for a fade of both worlds, tries to stay on through this. Here comes Prison with their own end song Inferno. Not finding anything here. Woofles keeping the team topped up with their extra healing. Mr. F trying to get onto shpeediry, looking for revenge in the 1v1, but Psylocke is a little bit too mobile, a little bit too sneaky, able to escape here. And well, they are zoning, they are continuing to push on in here as that cart keeps moving forward. They finally get the pickup. As they make their way forward. Looking for any opportunity, any kind of wraparound, anyone to dive onto the backline. Inflated form for a lot of extra damage, but Energy fully charged, gets the healing output with the final judgment, pops the Meteor M before it can be thrown, and as such takes down Kaya. Going in for the backline to try and take out Prism at the Fate of Both Worlds, and the great movement is keeping anyone from being targeted down. Silent Seduction comes on out, Energy will take cover as the labubu keeps the team topped up. Endsong Inferno burns through all that overhealth, but it's not enough to get a finishing blow. That's when the butterfly comes into the backline. shpeediry setting up for Nero as they push on back. Red team absolutely deleted here. I am Bulwark very nearly lets Kaya get the head onto shpeediry there to get that winning the 1v1, but with reinforcements and some good evasion around the wall, shpeediry is able to get out of danger. Brainiac bounce at the ready. And God of Mischief almost charged up on the other side. Psionic Seduction and God of Mischief both about to be charged up. Coluge playing far forward, takes a lot of damage, has to go into diamond form just to get out of danger. Carbon Crush for the disengage as Nero lands yet another hit. Just continuing to pile on the pressure. That's a big group of enemies. But NoCrosshairMrF will zone them away, playing a little bit too aggressive. Energy takes out Prism. Try and make this happen. Coluge comes in with a Psionic Seduction for the setup. Catches MarioStorm. They're trying to just push them back, zone them all the way back to base. There is very little right now the red team seems to be able to do to break on out as NoCrosshairMrF goes down. Coluge keeping the pressure on. The Labubu Mayor keeping everyone topped up and continuing the power of this Phoenix, the explosions. Starting to spread this damage out. Here comes the final judgment. Weaken them. Lower the health bar. The regeneration domain is keeping everyone topped up, and they're forced to back away. And if they're back here, then who's on the objective? Fate of both worlds. Watson's making a break for it. They're able to get onto the point as NoCrosshairMrF was also able to sneak on into the backline. Fate of both worlds comes on out. Endsong Inferno bursts on through. You can see why they were holding on to the Brainiac bounce because they would lose all that overhealth if they were to try and commit to this. And Dustin Butterfly into the backline takes out Watson. MarioStorm. Brainiac bounce to try and zone the backline. Takes out Loki. Woofles ALT goes down. NoCrosshair trying to chase onto Nero. Gets locked down there. But there gets enough damage to get the pickup. And the point, shpeediry is trying to buy time. Coluge out of nowhere comes in with the Carbon Crush. But they're still delaying. They're still holding this point. While NoCrosshairMrF is pushing on in with the help of Prism. They're buying time. Kaya's portaling back to the point. Counter portal coming on in. So they're just going to go for the block here. But it's still going to commit to this. Overtime starting to tick down, but they're still on the point. Dives on in. Carbon Crush to force Woofles out of position. The Labubu Mayor with the Fate of both worlds to push on in. No defensive ultimates are left for the red side as they try to go for the protection. Mayor goes down. Mario, sorry, goes down. Mayor is still up. And that was the only ultimate that was left available. NoCrosshairMrF is about to have to solo this, but they get absolutely melted. No one left to defend, and blue team get the hold pre-point number 1, 118 meters, 64 centimeters.
Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
Very solid hold.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
As we swap sides, red team need to put on an incredible hold right now. And the fact is they do have a very sustain-based composition. That Mr. Fantastic does offer them essentially a pseudo third Vanguard. Almost a perfect balance between damage and damage blocked. If we actually look here, we will likely see that being displayed. NoCrosshairMrF actually quite low in the damage numbers here. About half of their fellow DPS. But also about half of the damage blocked, with 11k compared to Kaya's 19k.
30 seconds before you attack.
Looks like they are going to mix it up here. NoCrosshairMrF, not just a Mr. F, it seems. They move over to the Adam Warlock. As even with the new changes to the self-revives coming in on this team up, they're still going to try it as they bring out a Star-Lord composition. And Prism going to be trying a Black Widow here.
The battle starts in 5.
Woofles looking at the Namor, shpeediry on Spider-Man. Going to be making their way out. Huge swing, right? That is so deep. In the meantime, Phoenix has gone down. Nero's been taken out. A lot of pressure onto Mario here to make sure that they get the damage output. Spot the Spider-Man, who is taken down very quickly. Prism. Very lucky we're in that Loki skin, because otherwise there would have been memes. NoCrosshairMrF keeping the team topped up. Cosmic clusters blind through the doorway. Trading down to the low ground. Doesn't want to get caught out of position. Exactly like that. Soul Bond has to be utilized to keep the team topped up. Kaya taken down. Solo vanguarding this game. This time without even a Mr. Fantastic to try and spread this out as the dive into the backline. shpeediry is melting through with only 73 HP left. They are still finding target after target. That's going to be a big pickup for the side of the blue team. Mario forced to rush on past. There's the finish line. No portals coming in here, so who's really going to be able to touch? Kaya just trying to push on forwards with the brute force method. Got to move out forward because no one's on that card. But, well, all right, GG. That's going to be game. That's going to be the game going over to the blue team. Didn't touch the cart fast enough, and with that, a solid win. Ranked points are distributed, and Coluge takes the MVP. Very well deserved. Very well played, in fact. Looking at the statistics. Top KOs going to be going over to Nero. 19 and 2 with 9 of those being final hits. Least amount of times getting taken out is a two-way tie between Coluge and Woofles. Top damage going to be the 15k from energy. No, sorry, 17k. Once again, Nero with that burst explosions going to be padding those numbers. Top damage blocked here will be Kaya. Solo attacking for a while will definitely boost those numbers. Going to be 24k damage blocked. Top healing. 19,000, just able to beat out Labubu, Mayor, and Watson. kappapeppapig will be able to peek out those numbers here. NoCrosshairMrF, impressive with NoCrosshair, but unfortunately only able to get 2 final hits, went 5 and 5 total. 5k damage here, a little bit less than MarioStorm, quite a bit less than shpeediry, and of course, from Nero and Prism. But with that, that is the end of today's game. Remember, these games were all recorded on the 16th, as I have to go out of town for a couple days. But if you enjoyed today's video, you can like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend. Watch the video all the way through. That actually does help with the algorithm. If you just watch it without skipping ahead, it can help out a lot. Especially if you do it without ad block on, because, you know, I get AdSense if you do that. You can also support the channel by becoming a member, by hitting that join button. If you do that, you get early access to videos whenever possible. If I get invited to LANs, I'm going to be asking if I can film behind the scenes and get a little bit of the behind the scenes action of what happens at those events. It's been a while since I've been to one, so we'll see if anything's changed. And of course, you get your names shouted out like these wonderful people: Odium, Arso, Doki Pokey, and John. Thank you all very much for your support of helping with the operating costs of this channel. If a monthly thing is not your style, then you can also hit that thanks button. Sending a thanks means that you will get your name shouted out on the first video after I see the thanks coming on in. Thanks or supers. I think you hit the thanks button, but it's technically called a super. I don't really 100% understand how it works, but someone's done it, and I did give them a shout out when it happened. For now, though, I hope you've all enjoyed. Thank you all very much for watching. I have been Tetcher, and I will see you all tomorrow.